I had been studying astrology for about 15 years, and a friend recommended Kelly's basics class, and it felt like all the puzzle pieces came in together. It felt like I had part of my basement, but there were all these areas that had holes. And I love how Kelly just brings everything down to earth. She just makes it so easy to understand. And I loved all of her metaphors and her examples. She always backs up everything she does with a couple of charts. It was very enlightening, and it felt very empowering. I would say jump in. What are you waiting for? There's so much to learn, and it's a very good rabbit hole to fall into. I think one of the hard things about astrology is there's so much lingo, and there's so many ways to break down the information. Kelly tends to simplify things so that it's, in layman's terms, even to the beginner to the expert, everybody could get something from what Kelly teaches, because it's very nuanced, it's very meaningful, and she breaks it down in ways that we can all understand. I really appreciate that she will tell you, like, when you start getting overwhelmed, slow down, back it up, go back to a part where you still understand things, and really live in that space, really sit with that information for a while before you add on another layer. Because one of the things with astrology is there's always more information to add, and it can get really overwhelming. So I really appreciate Kelly's advice and just, again, simple but nuanced ways of getting the information across. There are many benefits, but certainly one of the greatest benefits is Kelly's way of giving a range of what the energy can show up like. And there's a tendency in astrology to make everything sound scary and concerning. So I really appreciate that Kelly shares the information in a way that makes you feel like you can go through whatever's happening in your world with a little more insight and a little bit more awareness, so you can navigate it a little bit more easily. I really appreciate that a lot. Kelly has definitely helped with transit work for me. Really helped me to pinpoint times, what transits are more important than other ones, the ones to focus on, the ones that may not be as dramatic. And I think for the most part, it's just day-to-day astrology and being curious and not being so rigid in the ways that I think something might show up. Being open to the transits have more to teach me than I have to come to understand until now. I really think that I love when she does the monthly calendars that she has, where she always has these little sound bites of information. I read those, and it's kind of like just a little bit of information that stays in the back of my head, and then something will happen and I'll be like, oh, Kelly mentioned something like this. So it's it may not be the exact day, it might be a day or two after, but it always makes me smile.